I can hear that you're desperately trying not to say it.
Yeah, I am. I really am.
We should now just replace it with nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Nothing beats a
Darling,
Jet
hold
2
my
holiday.
hand. I had to explain to people what that was, and they're like, why is this a meme? What's Jet
Mm,
2? Oh, they're cheap holiday packages for people in England. And I'm like, yeah, but why, what's the deal with them being so prevalent and bad? And I'm like, because they're cheap. That's the
yeah,
point.
yeah,
Like, that's why nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
yeah. And it's someone, yeah, falling into a vat of slurry. Yeah,
But you
yeah,
paid you paid £8 for it, so
yeah.
who
But I
cares?
want a refund. I want my refund. Yeah, exactly. Hello and welcome back to Archeo Scoop. This is the show where I do not say right. And
Where we look at news from archaeology, history, and the cultural sphere.
yes, that's what it's
As
it.
Mark once said, "Oh, it's like a caramel bath."
It
Oh,
is. It's like a caramel bath. It's the serenade that starts your week right. Exactly. And this week, our serenade is going to be kicked off, I do believe, by me in terms of
yes, it's your turn.
archaeological news. And I'm going to go with a story that I only found yesterday by accident because I was doom scrolling through all sorts of AI generated slop on Facebook by accident. I was just trying to find some proper
I was
news.
doom scrolling by accident.
I
No, Mark,
found
it's the
myself doom
HDH,
scrolling.
ADHD trigger finger
I
going,
found
"Ooh."
myself doom scrolling. And the first story I came across that was real, in the context of the others, I could scarcely believe was real. And it's the story of, this is from Reuters, sorry,
Writers.
figurine of a woman and a goose is offering a peek at prehistoric beliefs. Now, I read it as figurine of woman and goose is peak prehistoric beliefs. But it's an interesting one. The reconstruction sort of painting is very evocative in terms of an interpretation and giving it a bit of color. But it's a Natufian culture figurine, dates to around 12,000 years ago, and it's an object that shows a woman beneath a goose perched on her back, and may well be an example of a mythological scene, which is really quite cool.
Is it though, Mark?
Oh, is it
Or
ritual?
is it ritual?
Ah! We don't know. We shall see. We shall see. This clay figurine, about 12,000 years old, that was unearthed at the site of a prehistoric village overlooking the Sea of Galilee in northern Israel, depicts a woman and a goose in what may have been one of the world's oldest renderings of a mythological scene. Interestingly, I think New Scientist goes straight into it's a sex scene. They call it sort of like a liaison between a goose and a woman.
Are
Right.
there genitalia prevalent
Well,
in
I
this
mean,
in the scene?
I mean, someone has gone out of their way to draw genitalia. You can't see what the goose is doing. Um, but Reuters obviously aren't going straight in on that.
On me, nudge, 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 nudge. Say no more.
Researchers said the figurine, around 1.5 inches, that's 3.7 centimeters tall.
Oh,
That's
then it
really
definitely isn't a
small.
sex scene. It's too small.
Yeah, it's very small. Yeah. Was discovered inside a semicircular stone structure about 16 feet in diameter at a site called Nahal Ein Gev 2. The village was part of a Natufian culture settlement in southwest Asia, which straddled the prehistoric transition between nomadic hunter-gatherers and settled agriculturally based communities. Basically, they had gardens as opposed to farms. The Natufian culture was a sort of incipient farming culture, and they were just
Incipient.
incipient. That's a good word, isn't it? Oh yeah, yeah. I don't just bring the puns. I bring the
But I
vocabulary.
mean, usually, at least nowadays, that words use a negative context where you say, "Oh, an apricot is an incipient fruit at the
No, no,
best,
no, no, no,
hardly eatable."
no. Incipient, experimental, trying to get there. Trying things out with geese, gooses. It is the earliest known figurine worldwide showing human interaction with an animal, according to Laurent Davin, a postdoctoral researcher in archaeology at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem and lead author of the study published on Monday in the Journal of Proceedings of National Academy of Sciences. It is also the oldest known naturalistic rather than stylized portrayal of a woman in art from Southwest Asia. The goose is positioned on a crouching woman's back with its wings spread in a typical mating posture. Oh, we're there. We've
Okay,
got
I see.
there.
Okay.
Yeah. The scene offers insight into this prehistoric culture's belief system. Hebrew University archaeologist and study co-author Leor Grossman said, "We interpreted the interaction scene as a depiction of the imagined mating between an animal spirit and a human. This theme is very common in animistic societies across the world in specific situations such as erotic dreams, shamanistic visions, and myths," Grossman said. And it goes on to explain what animism is and so on and so forth. It does say, though, such imagery is rarely meant to be literal. So instead, it often symbolizes fertility and spiritual beliefs. So we can't necessarily go down the route of thinking that someone had a thing with a goose.
Or it could be a very funny depiction of a woman who is crouching and the goose just decided to try to mate with her.
They did it,
Albeit in
yeah,
a very funny way that they
yeah,
couldn't, because that has happened before. You see like all these videos of
yeah,
people trying to do stuff and birds just come along and you just go, "Ah, no."
yeah, yeah. Get off me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I think that could work actually. Yeah, do you remember that time? And just like, please stop. Stop reminding me of it. Oh no, I've carved it. Look, that's you. That's you. Remember, you were over there. You were screaming. Like,
Yeah, I always go for the non-religious funny
yeah, yeah,
reason because people are like that. That is what people do. They go, "Here, it's your birthday. I carved this chime that this goose tried to mate with your head."
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's my first story of the week.
So my first story of this week was a story that Mark shared, and I remembered seeing it a year ago,
Oh,
and I had wondered why it was back in the news. And
okay.
so this is about uh, a tablet that was discovered last year, linguistics territory. And it was an ancient tablet found with 39 letters that don't belong to any known language. And I thought, that's a bit weird because I
Mm,
remember seeing this story a long time ago, but we definitely know which language it belongs to.
okay.
So Mark's giving me shifty eye. But so this one is the one from Popular Mechanics that Mark shared earlier in the week, and so you
Uh-huh.
can see a picture of the actual tablet that they've taken a picture of. Um, and so first I'll read you the article, and then I will read you the update, because even though this article went popular of December of last year, it seems like they forgot the update in this article and instead just reposted the old article. And
Mm,
so the article is there's a new language in this town, which there isn't, but we'll get to that in a second. It's ancient, and experts they're baffled, Mark, baffled.
yay!
Uh, but they but they're excited to find out more. Archaeologists discovered a basalt tablet about the size of a piece of paper. What size of paper? Good job, Popular Mechanics. I'm assuming
Ooh.
it is.
Yeah, you're probably going to go with like what they might call
Eight.
letter paper.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
They're 8 by 11 or A4,
A4.
bearing sixty unknown script characters expertly etched into its surface in the Bash Plemi, I think, but I don't think that's how it's actually pronounced in Kirkvalian. So I apologize to all the Georgian people in the comments. The same site where some scientists believe the first European 1.8 million year old hominin was discovered.
Mm,
According to a study published in the Journal of Ancient History and Archaeology, the tablet, okay, here's the measurements. The tablet, which measures 9.4 inches by 7 point, and that's not a piece of paper. Popular
no,
Mechanics
no.
was made from local vescular basalt and featured 7 rows of writing. Now, remember what this article said. it originally said that there are 60 unknown script characters, but that's not what the title said. The title said 39 letters that don't belong to any known language. So
Hmm.
again, kids, remember, you have to interpret, you have to find out truly and interpret. This tablet, which bears 60 signs, 39 of them different, raises the question of the origin of the Georgian script, Proto-Georgian. This study authors wrote, while the basalt on which it is based is known to be of local origin, its meaning is unknown, and remains a long way to go to decipher it. The initial comparative analysis, conducted with over 20 languages, shows that the characters bear some similarities with written forms of Semitic, Brahmani, and Northern Iberian languages. Okay, so and then the article goes on, but um, there's a problem with this, which
Okay.
is again, we already have some conflicting information as to they claim that it's a completely unknown language. And so the update is so the Bashpleme Lake tablet was found near Lake Bashpleme. Again, I apologize to all the Georgians that I'm not saying that right. Made of basalt and thought to date around the first millennium BCE. And it's inscribed with a previously, winky wink,
Hmm.
unknown writing system, at least 60 characters in length. The tablet was actually found in 2021, and it was found by a group of local fishermen.
Oh,
And the tablet's archaeological context suggests it dates back to the late Bronze Age or early Iron Age, so it's not as old as once thought. And the carving was made with a conical drill and then smoothed over. The 39 unique characters in 7 horizontal lines show some similarities with earlier scripts, particularly with Proto-Cartuvalian script. So there you go.
okay.
But also the Colchian runes, the Gragliani hill script, and Asmotevruli. So it's a Proto-Cartuvalian script, and even though we can't read these characters, we know around where this language or this writing system, I should say,
Hmm.
initiated. So,
Okay.
uh,
So in that
ma-
sense, in a jigsaw, you have the pieces around it, and you can put it in there, even if you don't
yeah,
know. Yeah. Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
exactly. So even though we might not be able to read 39 of those characters,
Yeah.
they look similar enough to other characters from certain languages in the region that you can at least figure out where the language came from.
Okay.
Or at least again, the writing script, maybe not necessarily how those characters were pronounced, but at least the script.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I have for my second story a couple of potential wee little bonus things to talk about towards the end. So, but my actual second story, okay, I've now chosen, is um, is from Scientific Reports. This is an open access downloadable article, and it's basically a paper whose title is "Highly Selective Cannibalism in the Late Pleistocene." It's a good news story. in
Every
the
time, Mark,
in the late
every time.
Pleistocene of northern Europe reveals Neanderthals were targeted prey. The Troisième cavern in Goyet have yielded the largest assemblage of Neanderthal remains in northern Europe, with clear evidence of anthropogenic modifications. That's a polite way of saying tool marks on bones. However, its skeletal fragmentation has long limited, detailed morphological and behavioral study of the assemblage. In this study, we, the authors, integrate paleogenetic, isotopic, morphometric, and structural analyses of long bones to assess biological profiles of Neanderthals from Goyet and explore whether they present particularities that could shed light on. This is a sandwich and a half, isn't it? Shed light on formation of this unique cannibalized assemblage. We identify a minimum of 6 individuals, including 4 adults or adolescent females, compared to Homo sapiens and Neanderthals, including regional specimens. The females from Goyet display short statures and reduced diaphysial robusticity of their long bones. They lack skeletal markers associated with high mobility, despite isotopic evidence for non-local origins. And the overrepresentation of short, morphologically gracile, non-local females alongside 2 immature individuals suggests a strong selection bias in the individuals present at the site, dated between 41,000 and 45,000 years ago, a period marked by Neanderthal culture diversity cultural diversity, and crucially, a biological decline along with the arrival of Homo sapiens in northern Europe. The cannibalized female and juvenile Neanderthals from Goyet indicate exocannibalism, possibly linked with intergroup conflict. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was going to
Yeah.
ask. Where is it a starvation situation where they
Hmm.
maybe fought for something and then they had no
Hmm.
food and so they had no choice but to do the deed, as it were?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's that, as they say here, several occurrences of cannibalistic practices have been identified amongst Neanderthals over an extended time span and across distant geographic regions. So this isn't new in that sense.
Maybe they just taste really good.
Yeah, and
Because weren't they meat? They were meatier than us, so maybe they've got really good barbecue meat on them.
very robust muscles. Yeah, and however, despite its apparent recurrence and time frame, interpreting Neanderthal cannibalism remains particularly challenging. Partly also because we don't know what might be ritual defleshing as well,
Oh yeah.
which is a thing. So yeah,
Thanks,
but
ancestors.
exactly. Yes, pressure was being put on this group of Neanderthals, and they ended up hunting the smaller ones. That's more or less how what it boils down to.
Just
Now,
imagine all the Neanderthals are putting on their leather jackets, going, "When you're a jet, you're a gem."
yeah, what's the leather made of?
Probably
Mm,
people.
yeah, probably
It's
people.
people.
It's always people. It's an interesting study, and it's interesting because I spend quite a lot of my time uh, when I'm hunting people.
To date, I have not lost. Here on my island, I hunt the most dangerous game.
And I spend a lot of my time when I'm talking about prehistory, talking about the way in which cannibalism isn't anthropologically typical. We don't see it all the time. We don't see it everywhere. And when we do see it, it's either out of desperation or it's sort of high ritual in that sense. And the assemblages like this are excellent in terms of trying to get to the bottom of why on earth do these bones have basically markings that you tend to see on butchered animals. And it's a great study. It's a great way of understanding the context of a pile of bones, essentially. But it's also crucial for giving us, I suppose, a rounded sense of Neanderthals, but also our interaction with them. Because people often like, especially in the past 10 years or so, people often like the idea that that Neanderthals and people, sorry, and Homo sapiens, we're all people, intermingled, and some people got a bit of Neanderthal DNA and so on and so forth. But also, as well, it's clear that some populations were being put through extreme stress. This wasn't just a matter of sort of blurring the lines and coming together. Clearly, there was because I guess ultimately this also indicates a sort of a cultural pressure as well as a food pressure. You know, you don't do this again. You don't do this typically unless you
So the
actually have to.
Neanderthals were unnaturally hangry. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Hey, I like that. Yes, hangry. Exactly, hangry.
Actually, my second story has to do with our Neanderthal friends.
Hmm.
And perfectly preserved Neanderthal skull bones suggest their noses didn't evolve to breathe warm air.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting. Hmm.
this is a bit of a weird one, but it's interesting. An analysis of the only intact Neanderthal inner nose bones, so not necessarily the skull, but the inner nose bones,
Hmm.
known to exist, reveals that our ancient cousins' enormous noses, that's a bit mean, did not evolve to withstand harsh climates. A digital analysis of a perfectly preserved nose bones on a bizarre looking, again, very rude, bizarre looking Neanderthal skull reveals that a long-standing theory about Neanderthal noses doesn't pass the sniff test. Mark, you wrote this. The
Oh.
skull comes from the Altamura man, one of the most complete and best preserved Neanderthal skeletons ever found. And they discovered it in 1993 while exploring a cave near the town of Altamura. It's in southern Italy. Because it's covered in a thick layer of calcite or cave popcorn. So if you look at the skull, it looks all popcorny.
Uh-huh.
And you'll see tons of skulls like this on Halloween and pirate decorations. Altamura man has not been removed from the cave to prevent damage to his bones. The Neanderthal likely died in the exact place the skeleton was found between 130,000 and 172,000 years ago. The perfectly preserved nasal cavity of the Altamore man is unique in the entire fossil human record, according to the study published November 17th. These rare and fragile bones can therefore contribute important information to the question of whether Neanderthal faces were adapted to cold climates. And as I said before, it doesn't mean they couldn't breathe or that they couldn't sniff the cold air, uh, because of course they had mouths, but it just means that they hadn't evolved or adapted to a northern climate, which is kind of odd because I mean, like they had like big muscular bodies, so you would think they would be more built for the cold, but not really. The general shape of the nasal cavity and nasal aperture, aperture science.
Very good. You are now in possession of the Aperture Science handheld portal device. With it, you can create your own portals. These intradimensional gates have proven to be completely safe. The device, however, has not.
In Neanderthals follows a quite constant trend. Study lead author Constantino Buzzi, paleoanthropologist at the University of Perugia, told Live Science in an email. In general, it starts large, talking about the nasal cavity.
Sorry, go on. Sorry.
We're all gonna go.
Yeah.
But gets larger during their evolution with very large nasal openings in the last populations of the species. So one theory for the Neanderthals' large noses is that they had equally large sinuses. God, I wish I had that, the amount of chronic sinus infections I have. And an enhanced airway that evolved, wish I would have evolved that quickly, that evolved as adaptations to living in cold and dry environments. Their particular nasal anatomy may have been useful for warming and humidifying the air before it re-entered their lungs.
Yeah.
But all previous studies of Neanderthal nasal anatomy were based on approximations of delicate bones in the nose cavity. Since these bones were broken or missing in every Neanderthal skull ever found, except this one. There you go.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. And I've always wondered how would Neanderthals cope with, with the brain freeze phenomenon and milkshake.
Oh, they just power through it.
They probably would.
Yeah.
Because it's
we don't have any samples of their language or how they would have spoken, but they obviously would have made noise, so they probably would have gone and then
yeah.
and then just powered through it.
Yeah, and they then gone, oh, that was cold, yes. Well, I have, as I alluded to earlier, a couple of little bonus little tidbits, because I think they're quite cool and or cute. First of all, a cardboard cathedral has been destroyed in...
Why is that cute?
Well, it's cute. This is a cardboard cathedral in Coventry. That was depicting the city's cathedral, was built and demolished to mark its destruction 85 years ago during the Second World War. Hundreds of volunteers worked on the Great Blitz Build Art installation during a week of workshops at Draper's Hall, and then over the weekend at Broadgate, where it was erected from the ground up. The 15-metre high, 50-foot, 49.2-foot replica was then demolished as crowds looked on to represent the damage the cathedral suffered in the raids, in which more than 550 people also died. So it's an interesting little, it's like performance art as history. I like that. There's something sort of medieval about it, I think, making a building and sort of demonstrating and through doing that, remembering. That's quite cool. But really, the big bonus, and this is where I am. This is where I'm hoping you might have an idea, is the story that Sutton Hoo boat restorers are asking for help with the name of their boat. The team recreating a famous Anglo-Saxon burial ship is inviting the public to name it, but have urged against jokey suggestions like
come on,
Boaty
Boaty McBoatface was
McBoatface.
class.
Yeah.
No, come on.
Yeah, the Sutton Hoo ships.
You know what?
company...
We could put that in Old English. Boaty McBoatface. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that could work. Yeah.
Boaty McBoatneb. Or at least that's one way of doing it.
The Sutton Hoo Ships Company is reconstructing the famous ship unearthed at Sutton Hoo in 1939. And actually, there's a lady sort of pictured here, Jack Barnard, project manager, said the name would need to reflect the ship, its history, or Anglo-Saxon history. And she's looking very serious in the photo. No Boaty McBoatface. We don't want any silly names, she says. We want a name that can be pronounced, and we want a name that will be relative to the ship. It's got to be something to do with the history of the ship, the local area, or Anglo-Saxon history, she explained. So, as she also said, obviously we're going to avoid the Boaty McBoatface. We're not going down that route.
I guarantee you, let me tell you, it's either they're going to name it Meduselde or they're going to name it Boaty McBoatface in Anglo-Saxon, because I know I can smell the amount of people who are going to put it in there and just be like, oh, Boaty McBoatfuckers, and they're just going to put it in because humans have always been the same, and if they can make a joke of something or put a dick on something, they're going to do it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, but the thing is, though, Boaty McBoatface has been taken. It was given to that research ship. Oh, actually, here you go. It's mentioned here. Research ship in 2016, which then was named. It was instead named. Oh, they didn't take the name. The vote was Boaty McBoatface, but then it was named instead the RRS Sir David Attenborough, which is very respectful. So
Okay,
actually,
fine, fair.
Boaty McBoatface is up for grabs. Yeah.
Well, I mean, ship
Take it.
is the
Yours.
old English word for boat. So we could do ship something, or if you really want to go like Proto-Germanic, you can do like skipa or shipa or something like that.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I mean, or there you could use the other old English word, which is just boat, but with the just like, but it's BAT with the diacritic over it.
Yeah.
But again,
And
I
then-
think there's a real opportunity here for Boaty McBoatface fan.
I like it.
It's gonna happen. Everybody's gonna put in their own. They're gonna stick their oar in. Ha ha. There you go, Mark. They're gonna stick their oar in, and then they're gonna
Hey,
look at all the
you
names and
did the
go,
pun.
yes. So you're not allowed to. That's the. But everybody's gonna give their 2 cents. All the researchers are gonna go, oh, these are silly, isn't it? And then they're just gonna choose whatever the one they want, and that's how.
Yeah. Oh well. Better.
My bonus story for you,
Okay, go on.
Mark.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
I only chose this because actually this is the one I found first. I only chose this because of the headline and because Mark can now put in a nice Indiana Jones refrigerator scene. It says 2,000-year-old Roman refrigerator
Okay.
unearthed in Germany. And it's just that the archaeological students of University of Cologne have made a remarkable discovery during a 4-week excavation at the Roman Museum in Hallern am See. Among the unearthed finds are remains of a Roman wine amphora, a bronze spoon, fragments of a terra sigillata tableware, and evidence of what experts believe to be a 2,000-year-old Roman refrigerator. What do you think this is, Mark? Just
mean-
have Indiana Jones come careening.
I mean, are you asking what sort of form it might take?
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Surely it's got to have some sort of running water around it, doesn't it? No.
We'll do the Jeopardy theme, and we'll give people in the audience a chance to guess. What do you think they mean by the word old Roman refrigerator in quotations?
It's going to be a cool box.
Oh, it's a cooling pit. 10 on 10, Mark.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
good. Very good.
Is it just in the ground, or is there flowing water?
No, it's just in the ground.
Come on.
Yeah, I know. It says one of the pits discovered may have served as a kind of refrigerator, an ancient storage space used by Romans to keep food and drinks cool. So it doesn't say anything about the water possibly flowing through, but it is indeed a cooling pit. Well done, Mark.
Well, okay. Fair enough. I'm less than impressed, but fair enough.
I saw the title and I went, oh no, this is an Indiana Jones title for sure.
Yeah, assuming that they haven't copyright struck us for including that clip. I will include it. We'll see what happens.
I picked that one because Mark and I have bones to pick with that specific movie, which you can see in another video
Yep.
of us uh,
It's a legitimate movie.
talking for half an hour about how much we dislike that film, but more importantly, the academic discussion around why.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Well, there we go. That has been, I suppose, our Archaeoscoop for this fortnight. And we have soon, in fact, probably before we next record, I'm going to be announcing the Midwinter Moot. So, yes.
Christmas moot, it's Mootmas.
Yeah, Mootmas. That's the name. That's the name. Mootmas, yes, is coming. I already have the entry from your neighbour. She sent it through,
Yes.
which was wonderful. And yeah, so I'll be
She
announcing
didn't
that-
even wait for a theme. She just went, "Screw you, Mark," and sent it to you.
I'm accustomed to it. It's fine. It's fine. They're only suggestions anyway. But yes, as soon as the office is decorated, I shall be announcing the Mootmas theme. Do you have any ideas or preferences? Anything that might help you along your way with a new Mindle story, perhaps?
Is that what you're asking me? Are you asking me to do a Mindle story?
No, it just just that you didn't manage one for Halloween. That's all. I'm just wondering.
Christmas monsters. Christmas monsters throughout history.
Okay.
Christmas has always been, really until very, very recently, has always been regarded as sort of the spooky time of the year. I mean, Romans had, February was their spooky time. But we could really, beginning at October and leading into February, we could just make it months of spook. So we should. And so either Christmas ghosts or Christmas monsters.
Okay, cool. I suppose one final thing just for the folks at home. I got my hands on this a couple of days ago. It's from English Heritage, and it's 8 Ghosts. It's an interesting concept where they asked 8 authors who were, quote,
You were
given...
going to say they ask 8 ghosts how they feel
Yeah, they
about
asked
being-
8 ghosts, yes, how they felt about...
How do you feel like being part of English Heritage? I'm not making any money, am I?
Yeah, I can't make less money than the volunteers do. Yeah, 8 authors are given free reign, basically, at their chosen English heritage site, from medieval castles to Cold War, nuclear bunker. Immersed in the past and chilled by rumours of hauntings, they channeled their darker imaginings into a series of ghost stories. So if you're feeling a bit spooky and historical, then 8 Ghosts is intriguing so far. I've read one or
Serious
two.
and spooky, historical.
Now that's our theme song. That's got to be our theme song, surely.
Da-da-da-da, arcade, da-da-da-da, scoop, da-da-da-da, 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 arc, scoop.
Right, guys. Until next time, do take care. Bye bye.